So, yeah, so welcome to the channel. It's been a long time since I made a video, but I figured I'd make a video on my new bike. I get, obviously, as you guys can see on my YouTube, I buy bikes a lot. This one was a phenomenal trade. At least, I mean, it is, but it isn't. It needed a lot of work to it when I first got it. It runs and drives now. When I first got it, you couldn't go anywhere with it because it didn't have a shifter lever on it. Yeah. So this is a 2008 Kawasaki ZZR600. Obviously, they're actually pretty common on YouTube. I mean, you can find them all over the place if you guys want to see what they actually look like with all the fairings set and stuff on it. I smoke, yeah, we know. So if you want to see all the fairings and stuff on it, you can. Just look up a ZZR600. This one works perfectly fine. The headlight I had to replace. It's brand new. Trying to think. The left mirror is brand new. The gentleman that I had purchased the bike from did an unfortunate oopsie and actually tipped it on its side. So as you can see, it's got some marks from being tipped on its side. You know, it's got some scratches here. Hopefully in due time I'll be able to fix that issue. This will probably end up getting sanded down and painted a little bit, you know, just kind of a fresh style paint, you know, cover the rest of the bottoms and the top and just kind of get it looking somewhat like this. So it's back to normal. The reservoir is brand new. I had to buy it because I had a giant hole in the bottom. So that's brand new and it's, you know, topped off in full. You guys probably can't see it, but the little line is right there, which is right above the full line. So it's topped off, it's full, it's good to go. The only thing I don't really like about it is the chain, the front sprocket and the rear sprocket are not the original sprocket for this bike. The original owner had actually changed out the sprocket and the chain because he was going to race it. So the original front sprocket is a 15. He put a 14 on here, so he lowered it for quicker acceleration. And the rear sprocket is originally OEM a 40, and he put a 42 on it, so it increases acceleration. So this bike has a ridiculously large amount of acceleration. This bike generally is pretty hard to wheelie, but this particular bike, and I also just realized that my overflow is like chilling by my tire. But this bike's generally pretty hard to wheelie, but with this setup, I can wheelie this bike very easily. So it's not hard at all. As I told you guys in the beginning, this, it did not have actually. I couldn't shift my bike because it didn't have a shifter lever. So I purchased these lovely, beautiful looking things. See if I can get a little bit better lighting. I purchased these on eBay. They were $110. It comes with the driver and actually the passenger side as well. So it comes with both, which is really nice. I really wish I could turn my flash on, but I don't think I can. Not while I'm, as I say, not while I'm in a video. But, anyway. So yeah, this is brand new. It's really nice because instead of having the little pole crap, my brake light is actually now oil pressured, which is really nice that it's oiled. I really wish this thing would just auto adjust itself so I don't have to keep touching the screen. It comes with it a little adjuster screw that you know, you can obviously see right there. But other than that, everything is perfectly fine. It does have an aftermarket shorty exhaust, which sounds amazing. I'll turn the bike on here in a second for you guys to hear it. It absolutely sounds gorgeous in every way, shape, and form. Other than that, everything's in really good condition. I do need to buy new handles because of him dropping it. I'm going to buy an unpainted fairing kit because one, it's cheaper, and two, I'm going to paint the bike myself. So I painted my last bike, and I'm going to paint this one. I'm actually going to be going with a lot different designs, so if you guys want to see that down the road. I won't be painting it until winter time because I live here in Michigan. And I want to keep riding the bike, and I don't want to take the tank off and strip it down and repaint it because it's going to take me a couple of days to get it all done. I'll update you guys during the winter time on how the process is going, but you know, I don't want to do it right now because I still want to ride it around. So for the first couple of weeks, it's probably going to have unpainted fairings on it while I ride it around. But, I mean, I'm going to ride it around. I'm really mad about this, actually. I bought a back plate because originally my the mounts were actually broke off when I got the bike. So I purchased a back plate for $37 off of eBay that had a broken front. This, sadly enough, was not like that. Somebody actually, I think someone sabotaged my bike, which makes me really mad. And I have a feeling it was somebody at my work because they got mad at me because I took the day off. So that's a little irritating. This is broken, so I gotta buy another one. It still works perfectly fine. It's just it doesn't mount like it's supposed to because it's supposed to be mounted right here, as you guys will see if you look up this bike. It doesn't need a whole lot of work, honestly. It looks ugly, but it rides absolutely phenomenal. I do need to synchronize the carburetors. I did a bench sync just to get it a little bit closer than what it was. Beforehand, it was putting really bad because the synchronization was so far off. So when you were at high speeds, it had a really hard time getting up and going. Now it doesn't. You know, it still misses every once in a while, but I think, you know, that's just because I'm not perfect and no human is. So once I got the synchronization kit coming in on Sunday, so maybe I'll show you guys how to sync the carburetors. You know, I mean, granted, there's absolutely plenty of videos on YouTube on how to sync the carburetors. It's super, super easy. It is definitely not hard in any way, shape, or form. But, this is definitely a fun little bike that you can ride around with. You know, it's not a beginner bike in my opinion, not at all. Especially this one, just because they did change the sprockets and stuff, so it has a lot more get up and go to it than most bikes do. Especially this particular bike. The original ZZR600 with the original sprocket and chain kit to it. It would beat me in a top end race, but in off the line, I would absolutely destroy it. I'm really, really curious to see how this bike compares to my friend's. He's getting a 96 YZF600R Thundercat, and I'm really, really waiting for him to get it because I really want to race him. You know, do it safely, obviously. I don't suggest anybody to be racing illegally. Especially on the highways or on main roads where kids and stuff are at. You know, I got kids at home. I definitely want my kids outside playing in the road, you know, and they're in the yard and stuff, and you got idiots racing down the road. Be safe about it. Go in a parking lot or go in a wide open area that there's no one around. Don't be dumb, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy every once in a while riding my bike around, you know, going a little fast, you know, whatever. If you're going to do it on the highway, do it at night. Do it where it's, you know, where there's not as much traffic, because you don't want to die, and I know for a fact I don't want to. So just, you know, be smart about it. Don't be dumb. You know, it's one of those situations. But anyway, back to the original subject, except for the depressing stuff I was just talking about. And so, like I said, this bike works perfectly functional. Obviously, I don't have any front blinkers because with this bike, the front blinkers are actually mounted to the fairings in the front. So as of right now, I don't have any fairings on it, which means I don't have front blinkers. I do, however, have rear blinkers. You know, I have my rear, so, but I don't have any front. And my blinkers in the rear are actually integrated into my taillight. So as you guys can see, they're integrated into my taillight. So, oops. But, yeah, so, I didn't mean to turn that off. I just meant to turn the stupid blinker off. But, yeah, anyway, no, you know, this bike has pretty much anything any other ZZR600 would have. Obviously I have my speedometer, which is off right now because they changed the sprockets and stuff. So when I'm doing 60 miles an hour, in reality, my speedo says I'm doing 70, which is really annoying. Just like when I'm on the highway doing 80, you know, because there's a lot of our roads around here that are 75 and everybody obviously does 80. Mine says I'm doing 100, which is really annoying, and it obviously messes with my my odometer and my trip. I obviously have a temperature gauge, which is not going to pull anything up right now because obviously the bike's not on. I also have a clock. It is actually not 8:27 right now. It's actually later than that. But yeah, I mean, it is a fully functional, perfectly working bike. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a listen. I don't know if it's going to turn right on right away. I've been riding it around a little bit. Oh, this is one cool thing I actually really love about this. It has this little blue light right in the middle. I don't know what it's for, to be honest. I'm assuming it's for visibility purposes, you know, being as you know, both headlights, they both turn on at the same time. It's not like the newer bikes that only one headlight stays on when you have your dims on. I do apologize if it's loud. There you go. There gives you a better idea of what the response curve looks like. It looks like it's staring at you from above. But it runs great. And I changed the idle. So if you ever want to change the idle, mine is digital. Because obviously you guys are probably having a hard time hearing me. I do have headphones on. I actually use my Bluetooth integrated headphones for pretty much everything, just because it makes my life a lot easier. Wow, that did not focus where I wanted it. What are you doing? Focus on the bike, darn it. I don't know why this thing's not autofocusing. I had it set to autofocus, and I don't know why it's not autofocusing now. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, for the most part, that's my bike right now. It needs some work, but it does run and drive just fine. I drive it almost every day. I won't be able to drive it tomorrow, unfortunately, because it's supposed to thunder. These are scuffed up because of it falling, which is really depressing, actually. So it got scuffed up really bad. They're shorties. You know, as you can see, it got scuffed up really bad, which is really depressing because that means I need to buy new ones. And I like these ones. They click. And it's really nice, but I actually have to set it a higher because I have really long hands. I have really long fingers, so it works out perfect. But I mean, everything on this bike works as it should. I had to kind of rig the headlight on because there's 2 bolts here in the top that hold it on, and there's also 2 bolts down in the below that actually, oh, excuse me. Come on, what are you doing? What? Come on, phone. Agree. Agree to disagree then. I don't care. Why are you not zooming? I don't know what that does, but it made it look better. Anyway, yeah, there's these right here that connect to the fairing set when you get the fairings. I had it zip tied, but as you guys can see, the zip tie came off, and I don't know why. But, yeah, I mean, I do have the pieces that come over here, but when you get the new fairings set, it comes with new ones. So as of right now, everything is hooked up, so all the air holes and the vents and all that kind of crap, they still all work just fine. But I do apologize about the lighting. I'm kind of in a garage that's being lit up by four really dim lights. I'm actually not at home right now. I'm at my mother-in-law's house watching her cats and her dog and her children. So, and yeah, but this is my current beast. The last bike I owned was a 96 Suzuki Savage LS, it was a Suzuki Savage LS 650. I had that bobbered out. I had purchased it bobbered out, and then I traded it for this, which is KBB'd in excellent condition at $4,300 as of, what's today? Today's June 28th, 2019. The bobber is KBB'd for $1,300 in excellent condition, and that's not bobbered out. The bobber that I had was actually really poor condition. It looked ugly. It needed a paint job. It needed some other parts added onto it. It needed a bunch of stuff. This bike needs nothing to actually allow it to run. I can take it out right now, open the door, and drive away, and it runs perfectly. You know, minus the carburetors needing just a wee bit of a tune. But to be honest, when I tune these, I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to. I'm not really going to need to tune them all that much because I have a feeling I did a really good job tuning them. So, you know, that's, I have that feeling. I don't know why. I feel like I just paid $65 for a synchronizer kit that I may barely need. But, I mean, for the most part, this bike runs phenomenal. It's got its blemishes, you know. It's got some paint scuffs because of old age, which actually aren't paint scuffs. Those are my cigarette ashes. Oh, look, paint scuff right there. Right there in the middle. But, you know, it's got some paint blemishes up here. It's a little bit of rusting, so I'll sand that down, get it looking all pretty. It does have a dent in the tank, which is slightly depressing. I don't know if you guys can see that a little bit better right there, but that's not a big deal. It'll be a beautiful bike once it gets painted and get the fairings on it and get her looking all brand new and spiffy. And it's got aftermarket clutch and brake levers. It also brake levers, sorry, those ones. It's got the aftermarket clutch pedal and brake pedals, which is really cool, and they look really good on this bike, considering the fact that my color scheme is actually going to be black and blue. So the whole top of the back bike is going to be blue. Sorry, black, not blue. The whole top of the bike is going to be blue. My gosh, I keep going to blue because I'm staring at a blue bike. It's going to be black going all the way onto the top, including right here, here, and here. And then the actual fairing pieces that go right here are all going to be black. And then the small strip on the bottom is going to be blue. And then I'm going to do some other stuff to kind of, you know, get this manipulation to where it looks really good. The theme that I'm going with is actually going to be kind of a surprise. The Kawasaki symbol will not be readable in English. I'm actually going to be putting it, I'll give you guys a hint, it's going to go in a video game language because I'm a huge gaming nerd during the winter time, generally when I can't be on this. So, and I'm not going to take this out in negative 20-degree weather because it gets cold up here and I don't have heated gear. So that's not going to happen. If I did, I would totally be taking this thing out in negative 20-degree weather. As long as there's no snow, I don't care. But yeah, all of this stuff, most of it, like the whole back piece here, the fairings, are going to get replaced. This is going to get replaced just because it's already unpainted and I don't want to mess with that one. So I'll probably just sell that one to get a little bit of money out of it because they still sell for like $30 used. And that one is in immaculate condition and has no blemishes on it. It's just dirty. So, and then these will be sold as well because I don't need them because it comes with new ones. And then the top pieces are the only part that I'm going to sell from right here is the actual vents. Other than that, it's nothing else. So the rest of it's going to get thrown away because it is broken from him dropping the bike. The front or the side fairing, I had the passenger side, and I have the fairing piece that actually comes up right here, which is in immaculate condition for this one, but the side fairing that goes on that side is actually broken, so it got tossed. So did the piece that goes right here, because I tried to put it up, no one wanted it. I also have the old headlight that went on this, because the clips right here, only one of them was actually good, and it's the bottom clip. So this one right here was the only one that was good on it. The rest of them were broke off, so that was a little depressing. But yeah, so I mean, tell me what you guys think in the comments. That includes my friends that are actually subscribed to me. So I mean, if you guys want to see more, I'm not going to be able to update and upload every day, just because I have kids at home and I don't get on my bike every day. And to be honest, I don't have any gear. I don't have any mounts on my head or my helmet, and I don't have any mounts on my bike to be able to record and drive at the same time. So plus, I'm not really a vlogger, you know, like a moto vlogger. I'm more or less just somebody that, you know, you get to see the bike, you get to see the progress of me fixing it up. And like right now, I got a bunch of parts coming for it. I got a new air filter because mine has like a giant hole in it, so that needs to get changed out. So I got one on the way. That's probably one thing that's causing this to go dumb. It's not like, oh, this little dinky hole. Like, no, there's a giant chunk hole taken out of my air filter. So I'm just glad that it's got another little air filter on the inside that prevents anything from getting into my actual motor. So I don't have to really worry about that. I don't drive it very far right now because of the air filter. I don't like driving it as far as possible. So, but I don't want this video to be 12 million miles long or 12 million years long. So I'm already at almost 22 minutes without editing it, and I'm hoping that I can actually edit this, because I've only edited one video and it turned out really bad. So I'm hoping that I can edit it and it'll look good. I'm hoping. Don't quote me. I'm hoping. So hopefully a lot of this stuff will get replaced. The chain cover I'm actually not going to be putting on, because I like it without the chain cover, because this bike does actually come with a chain cover that goes right here, but I like it without it, so I'm not going to be purchasing a chain cover. I think it looks better. I like being able to see my chain, and on top of that one, the chain that I purchased, actually the chain I purchased is black. I wanted the blue one because I wanted it to go with the theme of the bike, but unfortunately it was sold out, so I couldn't go with that, which is really depressing, but oh well, you gotta get what you get, I guess. I didn't want to pay freaking $200 for a blue chain, because I actually purchased an O-ring chain instead of the cheapo chains, because I wanted it to last a little bit longer with a little bit less maintenance. So, and yeah, but that's my bike right now. The stator cover is going to be getting replaced here shortly, so you guys can watch that video on how to replace the stator cover. It's super simple. It's super easy. I do recommend that when you go to replace any motor part, make sure that you tighten it down to the specification that is in the service manual, because parts like this are a little bit more in depth and a little bit more serious if they fall off or break, especially if you tighten it too hard. It'll snap inside. I learned that one the hard way when I didn't have a whatever it's called, I can't remember, brain loss. Yeah, but and on top of that one, look out for this. This is going to get replaced, and I'm actually going to be putting a whole new system on this, because I don't like this tachometer. So I'm going to be finding one that has about, I think my bike has about 30,000 miles on it, which is actually incorrect because of the speedometer being too fast, and I don't know when this sprocket and stuff was changed out. So this bike has a lot less miles than 30,000 on it, at least I'm hoping. So I'm going to be finding a tachometer from a different motorcycle that is actually universal to this one, and if you guys really want to know approximately which one it might be, look up the tachometers that have the same input as this one, because this is the only thing that goes into my tachometer. So my tachometer, my speedometer, whatever you want to call it, my cluster gauge, whatever you want to call it, but this cluster gauge, tachometer, whatever you want to call it, is getting replaced at some point. It costs about $100 for a used one from a different motorcycle, so that's what I'm going to go with. It even has the same mounts, which is really nice, so if that gives you guys any hints. But until next time, I love you guys. I hope you subscribe, turn your notifications on just in case I do upload and you guys don't miss it, because I don't know if it's going to be a week from now. I don't know if it's going to be 12 weeks from now. So weeks, that one, weeks. But hit that notification, hit that subscribe button, and, you know, this is Roman. I'm just going to go with Roman because the Roman HD55 sounds weird. So Roman, follow Roman, love you guys. Peace.